Okay, it's time for creating friends. Going to give a little bit of time to let a few people show up. And this is Debbie, and I'm happy to be here today and visit with you. I hope everyone got to spend time with their fathers in their lives, those who are real fathers biologically, and also those who feel like fathers emotionally. So, hope everyone had a good morning. We had lunch with our two fathers, my husband and my son-in-law. That's the only two in our family. So we had a good time with that and enjoyed it. And just thought I'd get on here and show a few things. I missed last week because I had my COVID booster shot and it didn't play nicely with me the next day. But I'm doing fine and everything's good and I'm happy to be here with you today. So I'm going to be talking or working on making my tassels with these this little rooster and chicken to go with my farm journals. So I'm going to be making the tassels. I might take some time to do some more work in the journals. And I also had something else I want to show you first before I do all of this that is sort of left over from before, 2 weeks ago. So I want to move this out of the way for just a second so I have room to show you. Excuse me. We were talking about, I was showing how to make boxes using paint or to coat boxes with paint and heat. And I said something about how I used to make them to give as gifts and what have you. And as I was cleaning my sewing room this week, I found this one. This is the last one that I have. So you can see it's a little Altoid tin. It's one of those little small ones. It's not too beat up. There's a few spots where it's chipped. But this hung around in my purse for several years. Hi, friends on the go travel. We'll talk about that in just a minute. So this is one that hung around in my purse for a very long time, and you can see it got a little beat up, but for where it was and how much it got knocked around, it's still in really good shape. I'm real surprised. So I wanted to show you that. That was from 2 weeks ago. And then here are some other boxes. I was also going to show you some cigar boxes that I used to decorate. This one was especially made for my mother-in-law, and it used to have a handle on it. I can't remember what it was, but there was a handle. You can see that it's pretty beat up. They played cards just about every night, and this was their card box that they kept the cards in. So it got beat up quite a bit. So here's the inside. Hi, Mina. Just looking at some old cigar boxes I used to decorate. I only have a couple of them, so I thought I'd show them. So I'm going to rework this one because it's not used for cards now, but the hinges held together really well. Um, that was pretty impressed. I was pretty impressed with that. So there's one, and then here's a newer one. This one was made in 2017, and it actually has not been totally finished. This one's pretty good size. So here's the the top. Here's the side. I don't know how that's coming across, but it's actually purple and light teal. And then on the inside is painted with a little bit of Zentangling on there. And this is all gold. And then here's the rest of the inside. So there's some touch up I need to do on it and some sanding. and what have you. And then here's the underside. It's pretty shiny, sorry. And those are knobs for feet. So if I get time, I'll work on these, but I have a feeling I won't have time today. But that's an ongoing project. So let's see. Hi, Judy. Friends on the Go Travel. That's my daughter's travel company. That's who I go to Mexico with. And we do offer a craft, I guess I'll call it a program or an opportunity. The last time I went back in March, I had several ladies who I brought all the supplies, and they had never journaled before. And they had a wonderful time learning how to make a journal. And we are still offering that um, for all of our travels to Mexico. And if you're interested in that, first of all, you might want to go friendsonthegotravel.com and look at their overnight trips and look for Riviera Maya Mexico trip that's coming up. Um, what's the dates for that, Rachel? Rachel's my daughter. It's her company. But it's coming up in August. Not August. I don't know what I'm saying. It's coming up in October. I'm trying to rush it because I want to go. But all the information about the trip itself is there online on their website. And she plans a great trip, and you'll totally enjoy it. You won't miss out on anything if you do the craft program. And we'll be making journals and maybe some other things. October 11th to the 18th. It's great fun. I love going there. Beautiful resort. Um, you don't even have to leave the resort if you don't want to. I don't usually leave anymore because I've been there enough times that I don't need to go on the excursions. But they do have excursions and what have you that you can go on, that some things are included, some things are extra. But you totally could stay there the whole time and enjoy yourself for weeks. So um, if we get a group, then we'll be making this type of journal, hardcover, 2 or 3 signatures. Just depends on the amount of time we have, and so on and so forth. So, okay, so I'm going to start on these tassels, and I don't think they're going to be too difficult. I'm going to. These are the little rooster and the chicken that I made. I don't know if you followed along. You saw me make these out of clay, the animals out of clay, and I made these out of clay also. And they're made out of polymer clay that got baked and then painted. So now I want to get the tassels done. The books are getting close to being done. So it's time. I'm ready to work on the tassels. So what I'm going to do is, let's see, am I missing anybody yet? No, I think I got everybody so far. Thanks, guys, for coming by. I know everybody's busy today with being Father's Day and what have you. Let's see if I can open this. I think this is 20 gauge round German silver is what it is, which means it's usually copper coated with some silver, and they call it German silver. You can get this at Hobby Lobby, maybe even Joann's, places like that where they sell jewelry. Michael's probably has it, where they sell jewelry supplies. And the gauge isn't all that important. It just needs to be able to go through these beads I have here. So let's see if that is going to happen. Yes. And yes. And these are huge holes, so I know those will work. Okay, so what I want to do is I'm going to use embroidery floss for the tassel bottoms. So, you know, the bottom of the tassel will be this. And I think I'm going to maybe use one of these pieces as the top of the to gather the floss through. I got a couple kinds here. We'll see which one looks best. That one fits really nice in the hole. Then you don't see much of the tassel. And I think I'm going to zoom in a little bit if I can. Okay, try this. You never know till you get started. All right. Okay, so these back down. But that one fits in there nicely. Let's see about this one. This one would too. But then these would also work. So we'll see. We will see. So I'm going to make the rooster blue, and the hen, I'm going to make her green because I think it'll look nice with the books. I think the green will look nice with the red on there. And the blue is going to be really pretty because it matches the rooster and the cover. There's blue in here. So that's what I've decided. And I guess I need to figure out how long they're going to be, how I'm going to do it. Ah, come here, you. Live wire. Ah. Is that close enough, Judy? Can you see that now? I've already added my eyelets up here, and I have somewhere in here, here we go. I have some larger lobster clasps to use. So these will clip onto here, and then the dangle will dangle come out. This will clip onto the hole, and the dangle will hook onto the clasp. Okay. Now let's see if I got everything now. So this is kind of I haven't done these before like this, so I'm kind of guessing at things. I'm just going to take a nice piece of wire, and I'm going to use, I think maybe I am out of, hold on. It's too hard for me to get to the screen here. You know it's up there now, so we can come down here to this part. There we go. So take my wire. I'm just going to make a loop. I'll leave kind of a long stem. That's about an inch. I'm just going to loop this around like a hook and make it into a hook. And I will do the same thing on the other side. And then I can just cut this in half. Let me make sure I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I do. Okay, so that's one for each piece, one for each tassel. I'm going to take this, take off this is just some old embroidery floss that I've had laying around forever and ever. I just thought it'd be nice to have a nice thick one, nice thick tassel. I didn't want a little skinny tassel. And then I'm going to find the center where this folds, I think. Let's see what I got here. Because it's actually a hank that's folded in half. So if you find the fold on all the pieces, there we go, then you have this, or something close to it. Okay. So I can cut this. Do the same thing with all three. lay them together. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of shake them around so they loosen up a little bit and blend in together. Oops. Okay. So now I've got these. Now I've got a bigger hank. Fold it in half. Take my hook. Hook it through. Pull it tight. And then I'm going to twist this. Excuse me. My family's upstairs having a laughing good time. They're so busy. We'll get to see them for the next 3 weekends because they've got pickleball tournaments for the next 3 weeks in different cities. Okay, so. All right, so now at this point, I think I'm just going to go ahead and tie it like you would a regular tassel. You could get away without doing that by doing something like this. But I think I still want it to be tied like a regular tassel. And that kind of gives me a way to spread it out a little bit more and cover up the wire and all that. The wire is going to be hidden, basically, when it's all said and done, but it doesn't hurt. So I'm just taking a piece that was loose, tying it around about, I'm going to say about 3/4 of an inch, and then just tie that really tight if I can with these fingernails. Thanks everyone for coming. I know there's some people just watching. That's fine. I don't mind at all. I'm just going to leave that hang there for now, and I'll go back and take care of it in a little bit, or just let it hang in. We'll see. So now it looks like this. So I'm going to decide which one of these I really want to use, and I'm not sure. Let's see how this looks. We'll see, that will be on the bottom of the tassel. Here's another choice. It doesn't look quite as finished to me because that's a little bit loose. So I don't think I would choose that one. That one doesn't look bad. So then if I put, let's see, I have to use a black bead because the other ones won't fit over this twisted wire. I have to use a black bead. And I don't really like the way that looks. So I think it looks best. I think it looks best with the first one. kind of like that. I'm going to have to get another bead to go. Am I going to be able to do that? Let's see. I probably can if I get rid of that. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use this one, and then I think I want to put a bead on the top of it, but my wire, well, let's see, how do I want to do it? Just a matter of figuring it out. So I think what I can do, where's my marker? Let's see where. Oh, it is. I think what I'm going to do is mark this wire so I can see where it needs to go. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to unwrap this a little bit. All this is going to be hidden, so it's not going to make a big difference if it's crinkled. But I want to wrap it so that it will stay tight, so that that black bead, it's just a pony bead, so that it will stay tight next to the cone. Hi, Kimberly. I have wire. See right here? This is wire that I looped around the thread. Whoops. I looped around the thread, and now I'm going to wrap the wire so that it stays in place. I got the right pliers over here. I can use these. So I'm just going to take this wire and tightly wrap it around. Come on, quit twisting. And I don't really even care if it's neat as long as it's not too big for the other wire to twist around it. Can't get a good grip on this. There, yeah. So I'm just wrapping this wire. I don't even care if it's over top of itself. I just want it to be tight enough I want it to be tight enough and pushed down enough to hold this cone tight against the thread. If that makes sense. And the wrap has to be small enough to fit around the inside of this bead, or inside the bead. And it is. So that just kind of fits right on there. Okay, so there's that much. Now this goes on the underside of the bead. Okay, so now I have to put another bead at the top so that it will hold together. And I guess, since I've already used this black one, I'll use another black one. I think it'll fit. Yeah. And all that's really doing is making something to, I can't keep in my screen here. So it'll look like this. So now, I can take some of these red ones. I've got to get this so it's tight against the rooster's back, so that I could put the clasp on. And the black bead is too big to fit between the rooster's head and his tail. Hi, Tanya. Thanks for coming. Hi, Julie. Aunt Beck. So here we are so far. We've got the tassel with the wire hooked around the tassel, and underneath here the wire is twisted around itself. Then this is on and this is on through the rooster, and then another stopper bead at the top, and I'm using the red because the black one won't fit between here. So the red kind of gives it a little bit of contrast and fits. Now my next thing to do is to put on, I'm going to use this, is to put on some kind of loop to hook onto the binding, to hook onto the, man, I can't talk today, to the clasp is what I'm trying to say. So it's just like any other time when you do a wrap loop. You hold it. I'm holding this really tight against this rooster, as tight as I can keep it. And I'm going to, right at the end, I'm going to fold or bend, at a right angle. See, it's at a right angle. Oops. I've left just enough room right here to wrap, do a tight wrap. So now I'm going to take this, which I'm going to use as a loop. It's really a bracelet closure. So it's I can't see what's going on there. Well, first of all, let me make a loop. So I did this, bend it at a 90-degree angle, approximately. Now I'm going to move my pliers up here, as close to the bend as I can get. And depending on where I put my pliers, it will decide how big the loop here is going to be. So here we go. Push it all the way back, all the way down, till we get to this configuration. Then I'm going to put this over here now, push this all the way past. So here's my loop. Then I'm going to take another pair of pliers and grasp this so that it doesn't turn. And I'm going to hold on to this like crazy. I'm going to keep it really tight. Take these pliers, grab the wire, and pull it on around. Try to keep things out of the way. Keep pulling it around until it is tight against the beads. And I'm not overlapping. I'm just doing wrap right next to each other. Oh, well, that's okay. I have a, yes, Tanya, you're right. I should have put my ring on, but I'm not taking it apart. I'll just put another ring on to connect them. Okay, so that's probably as tight as I'm going to get it without breaking a bead. So now you can see, hopefully, come on camera. It doesn't help that it's shiny, but I've wrapped it about 3.5 times right here. Not on top of each other, but right next to each other. Each wrap is right next to each other. So it looks nice and neat because you'll be able to see that. And I'm going to take my clippers and clip it as close as I can to there. And then take my pliers and mash that last little piece in that where I just clipped it off so it doesn't snag on anything. Straighten my loop out a little bit. And I should have put my ring on there before I close the loop, but I didn't, so it's not a big deal. I'm just going to take a excuse me jump ring. Excuse me. And I'll attach them with the jump ring. Or I'll just use this jump ring if it'll fit this. It does, but I think I want 2 on there. what I'm doing today. Sorry I'm so fumbly. Kind of been like this all week. Get this going right here. All right, so I'm going to close this jump ring. Put another one on there. I'm going to open it. These are really nice jump rings. They're thick and they're pretty. All right. I usually like to put, when I'm doing dangles, I try to put more than, come on, forevermore. I try to put more than one ring on there because then they have a tendency to lay a little better instead of just sort of stick out. Now that will just fit on that jump ring. If the jump ring was any bigger, that would not have fit on there. So it's a nice fit on there. Okay. Now this needs to be kind of, not brushed, but kind of, straightened out and trimmed off. So I'm going to do that. You can even use a brush or something, to make it even fluffier. I don't want it to be too fluffy. It's big enough as it is because, the rooster's kind of big. But let's cut this off. Let's see how big we're going to cut it. 5 inches. Haircut, haircut, haircut. Okay. Hi, Anne. Okay, there's one. Done. Ta-da! So let's put him on the book. And I might need to put a jump ring. I might just put a jump ring up here on the book also, but yeah, because it's going to be hard to get that through that hole because of the angle of it. Let's see. Let's see if this one will work. Oh, it just had a big jump ring over here. Here it is. Yeah. This one's better. It's a little bigger, so it'll be easier to put on. Okay, so just go through my jump ring. Oops. Jump ring through the circle. Eyelet, I should say. Sorry guys, I'm kind of fumbly today. Let's close this up. You want to always make sure when you're opening and closing jump rings that you do it side to side. You don't pull them apart. You do it side to side and you just sort of rock it back and forth until it's back in place. So there's that. Then I can just slip this on there. And it can also hold other things. So there's the tassel on the rooster. I like it. He's a little large, but I kind of like it. And I was going to put him, put the rooster on the chicken and the chicken on the rooster, but I kind of like it like this because it really brings those colors out. So that turned out well. Now we want to do the other one too while I'm at it. And it's going to be green tassels. Here's the chicken. Okay, let me look at the chat a little bit here. Tanya, Kim, Mina, Aunt Beck. Judy, Mina, sorry, Tanya. Oh, thanks, Aunt Beck, for putting that on there. Yep, Tanya, if I'd looked up fast enough, I would have seen it. But I kind of like it with the ring too, so that's fine. Yes, I do. I've got all my jewelry stuff over on the other side of the room, and I didn't pick up enough pliers. These are fine. I usually use my crimp pliers to for my pokey outies. Okay, let's do this one real quick. I'm using 3 skeins of embroidery floss. These will probably be in the marketplace, Keisha's Market, for when, I guess for July. That's when it's going to end up getting there. So if you're interested in purchasing one of them, that's when they'll be available. Yeah, I use my crimp pliers a lot usually. When I've got, and that's what I'm actually doing, but I'm really wanting so much to get back to making jewelry. I haven't made any in a long time, and I'm getting itchy for it. So that'll have to be something in the near future. Lord knows I have enough supplies. So I'm just trying to get the center kind of straight so that it'll go on smoothly. Now where's my other wire? Here it is. So like I did before, I just took a length of wire, made a big U in it, and I will do that here. Nice and tight. Oh, I saw a loose one. Need to keep one out to there. Tie it with. Okay, so I want it to be not twisted. I don't want the string twisted, so I just kind of want it to see so it looks real nice. And then twist the wire. Kind of tight, just enough to hold. And then I'm going to finish this one the same as the other one, basically. Hold on to that twist really tight. Then I can take my other pliers and just twist it around here. And that gives it a nice, secure finish. Plus, it also helps fill in some of the space inside the black bead so that it stays straight and it doesn't go cockeyed on the top of the cone. Okay. And I'll go ahead and tie this one like I did the other one. Do it the same way. Bye, Tanya. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it. I like when company comes. 35 chickens. Oh, my word. There's a lot of people where I live that keep chickens. A lot of the gals at church, they have chickens or they have had in the past. Those didn't get included in there. Okay, so now I'm just going to put the cone on. If I can hide the threads. Yeah, there we go. And I'm going to use these green beads. See, the black beads had such big holes that if you set it on there, it's liable to sit crooked. But since I'm using this one, I don't really have to worry about that because it'll center itself because the hole fits the wire. Oh, I don't know if that makes sense or not. Okay, well, let's see, Chicky. Chicky, oh yeah, that looks good. See, that fits nicely there. So we'll just finish it out with these. I could use one red. Let's see how that looks. I don't know. What do you think? Should I leave the red in there? Or does it look too... Can't see that very well, can you? Here's a piece of paper. I got paper everywhere, but nothing that's the right color. What do you think? She needs an eyeball, too. Think the red looks okay in there, or should I make it all green? Aw. No, died of old age. Well, that's what us chicks do. I like that green on there. That's really good. Let's see what it looks like with all green. Man, my eyes are getting so bad. Gonna go have to have them checked. There's all green. I like the red too, but I'm wondering, I wonder if I need... I don't want to go crazy with it. This might be... I don't like that much. I think just the green with the green and a red. This red one's kind of pearlized, or I don't know if that's the right word. It looks kind of pearly. I think I like that best. No, I only had one green in this size. Well, I could have went digging, but I didn't, so I probably have some more in there somewhere. I think I like that with the red. I was going to look with the book. Yeah, I like that with the red. Okay. All right, now I'm going to do this one just the same way I did the other one. Instead of using this, I'm going to use two of these. So again, I've got this as tight as it'll go, tight as I can get it in there. Get that in there as good as I can. Okay, there it is. Bend it at a 90-degree angle. Put the pliers up here. Make the circle. Make it go past. I'm going to grab the hoop, the loop, loop-de-loop. Oh, wrong pliers. Grab the loop-de-loop, and here we go. And I'm starting with it really tight and going around, not stacking it. And as I do that, as the wire tightens down, it's actually making this tighter because I'm pulling it more. Okay, that's about as good as I could go. Let's cut that off. Maybe. There we go. And then tuck in the pokey outies. There's that. Straighten this out. Ta-da! That part's done. I'll do this first. Excuse me. These rings are so thick that you really can't do it yourself. I mean, you know, just with your fingers. You have to use pliers. Bye, Mina. Thank you for coming. She's probably already gone. As I said earlier, if you weren't here and missed it, I didn't stream last week because I had my COVID booster, and it knocked me out almost. It was like I had a real bad flu. I was so sore I could barely move the next day. So I didn't do anything all day except sit in a recliner with the dogs on my lap. They were taking care of me. Okay. Now we're going to use that big, find another big one. I know there's some extra ones on here. Yep, there's one. Well, it got quiet upstairs. I don't know if they're all sleeping. They went outside, or what they're doing. They better not be going to get snow cones because I want one too. Ugh. It always helps to have the right tools, and these aren't exactly. I got half the right tools, and the others are not. They're just get by with tools for the moment. All right. Okay, then this can clip on. I'm going to have to go back and put her eyes on and what have you. There. Okay, so here's the hen. Oh, I didn't trim her yet. Here she is. Her little pecos elf. Let's trim this off. I'm thinking about it, and I had it at 5 inches. So if I can get it halfway straight, even. right there. All right, and there she is. I like them. Okay, so there they both are, chicken and the rooster. We could probably move out a little bit now. Ta-da. Like I said, I still got her eyes on, and there's a little bit of touch up I probably need to do on them. And I think I need to do a little bit more shading on this book. I want it to be a little darker around the edges than it is. This one is good the way it is. I might do a little bit more shading right around the edge of him. I think that looks a little like it needs it. Okay, so let me set this aside for a minute. These out of the way. Back. I'm so proud of myself. Yesterday I was planning on I had a lot of laundry to catch up. And I was going to do that, and I got so bored sitting there waiting for it that I thought, well, I'm just going to go downstairs and work on cleaning down there because I've been wanting to get my sewing area, which is on the other side of the room, cleaned up so that I can sew. I couldn't even, it's too jumbled up. I couldn't process in there, whatever you want to call it. If you're looking for a way to store your wire, I take, now this is the actual packaging, then it shows, excuse me, it shows the size and if it's round or square or whatever. So I just fold that over this, and then I have a little clippy thing, a little curtain clip, and then this goes up on a wire, a real heavy wire piece that they just all hang like this on the wire. And if I don't have the packaging, I used to do it like this, to where I would just cut off the gauge and attach it to the round of wire. But then it was always getting so jumbled up in a box or whatever. So I just took some cardstock and cut a little rectangular piece, folded it over and clipped it, just like I did with this. And that's working really well. I've got all my colors together, and I can even sort it further by doing sizes and all that. So that helps a lot. Get these out of the way before they get dumped. I'm going to go through these journals and see what I can do easily to work on them. I've gotten pretty far, actually. They don't have a lot left to be done. And for the time being, so I don't bang these around too much, I'm going to take them off. So they'll stay nice. And I'm just going to go through here and see what needs to be done. Hi, Mina. Bye, Mina, I should say. Thanks for coming. You're planning on doing what, Julie, on your journal? Oh, my sound is it still weird? Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? How's it going? You hear me okay? Still breaking up? Test, 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 test. Maybe it was me making noises or something. Nobody? It's cleared up. Okay, good. Okay, so just take you on a little journey through as I go through here. Um, these are about 6 by 9, and it is a 2-inch spine. There are 3 signatures. Oh, okay, Julie. Yeah, that works really good. There are 3 signatures, and it's a pamphlet stitch. The cover, this is cut out, and then something placed inside it, the paper, and then I darkened that up on the edges. The chicken is dimensional, made of polymer clay and painted. This is painted on. This design is painted on. The cover is actually canvas, a canvas cover that's painted red. So there you go. Then the inside of the cover is an old cornmeal bag. Great big bag that cornmeal comes in. Okay. So I've used coffee dyed paper, graph paper, digital printouts, what have you. Here's a little pocket. This is a little bottle. It says fresh on it. It's sort of embossed in there, and it has a bottle cap, and it looks like one of those little wire bales around it with a little doily behind it. And then just a little note card with some corn and veggies. And this pocket is expandable a little bit. So these little strings will get something on the end of them, something flat. And I've got writing paper. I've got a, excuse me, I've got a one of these pockets. Now I have the Tim Holtz die cut for this, but it's much smaller than this one. And I got these from, I think her name is Scrapbooking with Me, I think is her name. And they laser cut them, and they're bigger. So I really like them. So here's just a little tag. This is some ephemera I got from Keisha in a sale. And it's an old utilities bill. So I inked it up, and I'm putting it in here. Here's a little seed packet. It's in there. Of course, I put the little cow and a button and a little safety pin. Here's a farmer. And basically, I just put different kinds of papers. Some are printouts, some coffee dyed, just different things. Here's a little doily and an onion tag with a pin. Just things like that I thought looked farmish. So here's an edgy that I made. I have several videos making those. Here is a tuck. And this is another piece of ephemera that I got from Keisha. And I just tied a string around it and then put a tree. There's a tree on that wax seal. Oh, you could see that really well. And this is a balance sheet from a bank. I thought that would work in there. I don't have a lot of real ephemera, if you know what I mean, because I use a lot of digitals, because I'm not able to go to the estate sales and things like that and find stuff like that. And here's a rooster. Yes, that's Scrapbooking with Me. So I've recently started accumulating a few pieces, a few older pieces to put in here and there. Here's a pocket, tag, simple tuck, or pocket, I guess you'd call it. Here's my cows that Ann sent me. I got this rickrack and these little flowers on here. Here's a little mason jar. It's like a writing space. See, this one is looking really close to being done. Now here I have some things that need glued in. This is a little pocket. And why don't I just do that right now? Oh no, I just had that pin so it would stick. So that's been glued. So that has a space something can go in. Here's some wallpaper with the chickens. And I think I got this from Aunt Beck somehow. Is she still here? There she is. Aunt Beck, does this look familiar to you? I sure think I got it from you. But maybe not. And here's a waterfall. And I don't think I'm going to put anything on this. I think I'm just going to leave it like it is. Still thinking about that. But, you know, you could put pictures. You could stick things to it, what have you. There's a little egg beater. Letterhead from a milling company. Pocket. And I probably will go back and fill in all the empty pockets. Here's another edgy that I did. Here's a bag pocket, a little bag. And these are little plates. Or I put them up there so it looked like they're on the shelf. Okay, I don't know who it was then. Unless it was Beth. But somebody had them and was sending them out. I don't remember who it was. I've had it for a while. And here's some more little seed packets. I like to leave plenty of writing space in the journals I make because, you know, they are journals. You could totally pack them with stuff and it's fun. So, and that's what some people like, but I usually, just in case, leave some journaling space. And here's some paper that has some inclusions in it, plant inclusions. I just thought that would be fun to put in there. Pocket. Okay, this has not been finished yet. So here's one that needs to be done. Here's one that needs to be done. Another one. See that I've got the tag base, and then I've got one of these cards that kind of look farmy to me. So there's two that need to be made. Pocket. Oh, that turned out cute. This is I did this upside down. This is an envelope. This pulls out. And this was made, but I saw this on Patricia La Craft Cafe, I think is what it is. But I put my picture on upside down. You turn it around, it's upside down, but I think it's fine. I'm not going to worry about it. I had these little photo corners and a rolling pin. A little tuck there. And then this is a tuck spot that find something to tuck. So you have a short one. Each one is a tuck spot. So you can put a lot on that page. And that's probably all I'll do to this page because it's already pretty full and colorful. But that was fun to do. Here's a piece of that sack from the other book. Cute little sunbonnet girl. Tag. Tuck. This was from a farm log, expense log. Got that one, Keisha. There's another one. Means done. My goat. I got my goat. Here is a kind of a neat pocket. And these are roosters, and a rooster and a chicken. And then here's a envelope. It's made out of that farm ledger paper. So it's a nice big envelope with the closure. Here's the front. Another mason jar. Pocket, edgy with beets. Another jar. I love these jars. Another pocket made out of a bag. This one's got a wax seal, so I'll have to put something in there. Another pocket, little farm. To me, it looks like a farmhouse. Another rooster. Tag. Some coffee stains on there. And a tractor. And that's all so far. Okay, so that one got quite a few tags I need to do in that one. These that are sticking up, plus some others to fill the pockets. Tags or something. So here's the rooster. He's the same size. Everything's the same size. And then this is fabric, which I really love. And the rooster's in an oval because he was bigger, and he was made the same way with polymer clay and baked and painted. Okay. Now inside of him, there's a different, this is a flour bag, and this one's a cornmeal bag. Now they're going to be very similar, so I'm not going to, do a lot showing because I am going to flip all the way through it, and you'll see that I'll just let you look because I'm checking to see what needs to be done. Some of the things like this are similar, but then there's others that are different. Like the edges are all different. The pages, the digital pages are mostly different. Now this one's got a little envelope pocket right here. Put stuff in there. It flips over. Here's another one of these pockets with a tag. Here's the other side of the envelope. And there's some stenciling I started. I don't think I got any in the other one yet. Sigils, my sheep. A tuck. Look how much just a little bit of stenciling adds to that. I think that's great. I get a lot of my digitals from Nevermore Creations 17, and the rest I get, it's probably about even. The rest I get from Graphics Fairy. I've been using them for a while, and I really love what they have. I can pretty much always find a lot of what I'm looking for. Another little edgy. Here's a cow. He's not done yet. Little pocket. Tag.
Are you still alive?
Yeah.
Look at her. You were in the pool.
Oh my goodness. Puppy's been in the, we got him a little bitty swimming pool, so she's been in the swimming pool. So now this one, I've already put something, I'm going to do this on the other, in the other book too, with the tie. I just haven't done it yet. So this is the waterfall page. And here's another one of these with a different envelope. See, I can tell, well, there's a pocket. I don't think I have as many pockets in this one. I'll have to go through and check that out. That needs a tab. Pocket, 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 and envelope. Here's another one of these envelopes. And the tag. Another one of these. Excuse me. I like these little bag pockets. I made them out of the leftovers, not that one, out of the leftovers of this. That one I did. And in the other book, I have made out of leftovers of the yellow. There's a little receipt for something. Another tractor. That's cute. Down on the farm, that's a piece of wallpaper border. So I don't have too much to do. I don't know if I should work on this or work on the boxes. Any choices? Work on the tags and stuff, or work on my cigar boxes? What do you think? Anybody have an idea? I think I'm gonna work on the boxes, maybe. Nobody has anything to add. Kind of mellow here today. Me especially. I don't even know if I have the right color paint. I'll have to see. I think I'm going to work on the boxes. Okay, let me get this out of the way so it doesn't get painted. You can see what kind of paint I got. It's purple. It's gold. And copper. Copper, copper, copper. Where's the copper? Gold, gold, gold. I don't have any copper. I had some the other day ago. Too much paint to look through. Too much paint to look through. Oh, let's see. Hi, Mary Lou. Hi, Sherry. Yeah, I think I'm gonna work on these a little bit. This one's pretty beat up. I'm gonna have to put a new. The inside still looks pretty good. Let's see. The reason this is a little beat up on the cover is this is textured wallpaper. It's like embossed wallpaper. It's called anaglyptic paper, and it's paintable. It's made to be painted. So when you get it, I did have a little piece over here a while ago. I don't know where it is, but when you get it, it's white or like a off-white grayish looking color. So when it gets banged around a lot, you know, it can be banged up a little bit. And this box was well used. It was taken in and out of a drawer every day for, I don't know how, it's probably 10 years. Now this one is a little bit lopsided, which often happens with cigar boxes. But that can be fixed by putting cushions on the bottom, and then that will make it straight. So I have a little bit of touch up to do on here, a few places. A little bit of touch up here. The gold needs to be, probably have another little coat. See a couple of specks that need covered. But it doesn't have to have too much done to it, and it'll be done. Now these little specks aren't chipped off. That's just gold paint. I have some more to do on here. And this is the same thing. It's a, you can see how it's raised. It's anaglyptic wallpaper. Bye, Becky. See you later. And this is just one of those little knobs you get from Tim Holtz. And because, excuse me, because the shaft of the screw is so short, because normally you want it to be short, it was too short to reach from the screw to the handle. So I had to cut out. I know that's glary. I had to cut out to fit the screw in, so that needs something done with it. I have some places on here that need something done with them. So, you know, there's a little bit of repair to do. So I'm going to start with this one. I hope this is the right color of purple. I hope it is. I think it is. Sorry for the glare. Yeah, it looks right. But I just want to touch up a few little things. Blend it in a little bit. Now, I don't know how this color looks to you, but it is a very pretty purple. It's not blue at all. It's very purple. It's like a dark purple. And there is some blending. And over here. Unfortunately, since I kind of muddled it up a little bit, it's working fine. It doesn't have to even be the exact color, although it is the color that I used. Same color. And I can kind of blend it in a little better without it looking awkward and cover up any boo-boos. Boo-boos. And it'll look spiffy. I used to make a lot of cigar boxes like this, decorated cigar boxes with collage and different things like that on it. And there was a cigar store by our credit union that I would go in, and they would give me the boxes for free. Probably about the first 4, maybe 5 times I went in there, gave me boxes for free. Some of them were not the nicest boxes, but some of them were very nice. Then I went in one day, and I also made them a box that they put their business cards in. It looked really nice. It was themed to their store, as a thank you for giving me the boxes. Well, I guess they found out that there were people who really wanted to buy those boxes and were willing to pay for them. So the next time I went in, the boxes were for sale. So I didn't buy any more after that. And I had about finished, I go in stages with things that I like to do. Yeah, purples look blue on a lot of people's devices, sometimes mine too. It looks kind of blue on mine, but now see, in this right here, this is a light teal color. This is a dark purple, and a little over here it's not solid color. It's kind of blotched out, but it looks really pretty. And all this up here is purple and purple and purple. Okay, let's let that go till I see. That didn't need too much. Let's look at the bottom. Oh, yeah. So I'm gonna see down here. Glare's so bad. You know what? If I turn this off, it'll probably be better. Nope, not really. A little bit, but not enough to do it. I don't know what that is. It's something that's bled through or stamped on or something. It looks like a fish. But I'm going to put my name on the bottom, so I think I'll just put it right there. So I don't have to worry about that. Okay, now, see if I can find that aqua color. I don't even have it. It's this one. Heck, I don't know. Yep. I think this is it, maybe. Yeah, the purple. I love purple with this teal color. I like a lot of things with this teal color. Bright, almost neon green looks really pretty with it too. I think this might be right. Yay, that would be great. Otherwise, I just have to paint the whole foot. Yeah, that's working. That's working. Last night we went to a barbecue place. It's a little ways from our house, not too bad. But we'd been there before, but it's changed hands. So we thought, well, let's go back and try it, see how it is. You're always looking for something new. So we did. I don't think we'll go back. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't good. It wasn't really good, you know. If you're going to spend that much, you want something that's really good. And there's plenty of other places around that are really good. So I don't think we'll be going back there. Off, it's off the list. I have some felt, um, what do you call them? Felt feet, I guess, is what you call them, that I can put on here so that it won't wobble. You just get that. The wood that cigar boxes are made out of, unless they're just really expensive cigars, I guess, is cheap. So it does have a tendency to warp if you're not careful. Just sort of looking to see what needs touched up. Now, I coated these with um, Mod Podge. And of course, there was always a problem with the lid sticking from to the Mod, because you know the Mod Podge stuck together so tightly, it would cause a problem. So you always had to wax it every once in a while to keep it from sticking. Some of them didn't, but you know it was happened often enough to where you really had to do it ever so often. And I put that in part of my instructions. You know, when somebody would buy a box, I would tell them how to take care of it. Now this color is going to look a little off because it already has a coating on it. A glossier coating on it. I must have been blind when I was making this because I usually don't leave this kind of thing. It's been a while since I started it, so I don't even know what I was thinking at the time. Who knows? Who knows? Sometimes I would use, I had this big necklace that had cowrie seashells on it. And they were like, it was like they had a heavy gold wire going through the shell from end to end, and with loops at each end to connect together. And I would just take the shell and put screws through those loops and screw it to the lid to use as a hand, you know, like an opening handle, whatever, however you want to say it. And that worked pretty well. I think I might still have some of those. I need to get those out. Just because this is something else I want to do. I want to do some more boxes. So, tell you what, cleaning up and going through stuff. Hi, Ruth. Going through stuff, you find things that you still have, and you think, oh, I have enough to still work on this. I'm going to do this. All right. So I'm going to do some more boxes. I have a little stack of them. I have a big box of gourds that I really want to do something with. I think what I'd like to do is make yarn bowls out of them because they're big enough to do that. And I think they would be perfect for that. And they're really nice, heavy gourds. Oh, I didn't look inside, did I? Okay, so a little piece of sandpaper right here somewhere. Here it is. I need to, this feels too rough to me right here. The bottom's okay, but these sides, they are rough. And I need to whittle down some right here. I need to fix this right here and then repaint it. So I'll just do that first because it really sticks on this corner. So I gotta shave that off. And that's exactly what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna shave some of it off because it's a lightweight wood and you can do that. Now when I do these boxes, I try to take as little paper off of them as possible because when you get them, they're usually covered with paper. Unless, like I said, you get a box from Expensive Cigars, it'll be a lightweight wood, it'll have paper glued on it. And if you start peeling the paper off, the more you peel off, the more work you have to do. So I peel off anything that's loose, and then I glue down anything that I can't peel. Make sure it's totally glued, and then I paint over it. Now, one of the reasons this is sticking is because there was paper in this corner and thick on the edge of that other corner. So I'm just cleaning it out, sanding it off, and giving it room to open and close easier. I think I had 1 or 2 decorated boxes in Somerset Studio back in the day. That was way back in the day. And that was pretty fun, but they had your stuff for so long. I finally had to ask them to send me some stuff back because I had people wanting to buy it. You can actually see a couple of my boxes if you go to my Pinterest, which is usually listed in my descriptions. I didn't put it in there today, but you can look at one of the other ones in the About place on my channel, and go to my Pinterest and look in Deb's Studio, in the Deb's Studio folder, and you'll see some old stuff that I had done a long time ago. Okay. All right, I just sort of cleaned out that little corner. Now the other place where I always have trouble with things sticking or, not acting exactly the way I want is right here in this crease. Because you paint it, and when you fold it over, it'll stick to itself sometimes. So that's another place. I always wax all the edges, like here. I mean, like here on the inside, and on the edges, and on the side of this. Just take a candle, a white candle or something, paraffin wax or beeswax or whatever you want to use, and just coat it. Just go over it several times with it. Rub it on there, and that will take care of it for a long time. Sort of like when a drawer sticks and you rub a candle over it. Let's see if that helped. It needs a little bit more right here. So, if there's paper on here and you paint it, sometimes paper will swell up a little bit. And that's what I think happens on the edge. And they're always made anyway to be kind of snug. So oh yeah, see, that's much better. Just a little bit more. Oh my goodness, they've got Cammy up there howling. She's learned how to howl, so she thinks that's part of barking. Oh, that's much better. Okay, that side's good. Where is it still catching? I feel it. Right there. So anyway, you just piddle with it for a little bit, and pretty soon you'll get it to where it's nice and smooth. And I'll still have to go back and paint it so that everything matches. But you can also tell by where it rubs. If it's rubbed some finish off, then that usually means it needs to be shaved off a little bit. How you been, Ruth? Mary Lou? You girls have a good Father's Day? Mary Lou, did you get to see your daddy today? Okay, now. Just work on it till everything fits. Oh, here comes the elephants. No? Are we going to go get snow cones after I'm done?
Oh, I hope so. We were gonna go drive the buggy then.
Oh, you are? Where?
Yeah, well, once you come upstairs.
Where?
Just out here.
Oh, out here? Well, why are you waiting on me?
I don't know, Grandfather just said he wanted to.
Okay.
So you should change this to your
He probably wants me to take pictures.
your
Oh,
profile
cute.
picture.
Well, I want a snow cone. No, you're not old enough to be on here. This is not for anybody under 18.
Well, okay, never mind. Cammy.
Oh, that's nice now. Okay, let's see about this side. How's it doing?
You want me to tell him to go get snow cones after this?
Yeah. Oh, clip the collar button to his shirt. Well, that's not gonna do much good after he's already fallen, but it's better than nothing, I guess. If he'll think to use it. I still think they ought to put an alarm somewhere. Sorry, I have to turn this where I can see what I'm doing. But that's good. I'm glad you got to visit with him. Oh, Ruth, what'd you fix him? Oh, they clipped it so he doesn't get up and fall again. So if he tries to get up, the alarm will sound? Is that what you mean? Am I confused? I usually am. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to take a look at this area right here. It's very clumpy. It's paper that's... and see, especially if you start peeling paper off, that's all that this hinge is. This hinge is paper. It's just paper that's glued on there. So if you start peeling paper off, you're going to peel off that hinge, and you're going to have to... how do you turn that off? You're going to have to put a hinge on it because it'll be gone. There'll be no hinge if you peel that paper off. So I try to leave that intact as much as I can. And just smooth it out. Same thing on the inside. You can actually see on this one, this is bare wood from here to here. And that's why this is clumping up, because that's paper. So I'm not going to mess with it much. I'm just going to smooth it down a little bit so it doesn't look so bad. It doesn't look that bad, but it does, you know, to me it does. He made you dinner. Okay, so now I didn't sand the side. I'll do that right quick. Okay. Wipe this out. Get rid of all these crumbs. Okay, and then now I can do some gold. Maybe it's this one. Bye, Mary. I appreciate all of you coming by. I'm not doing much special. Let's see this other paint. This one is so fine that It's very sheer. I want something a little bit. Yeah, that's better. So this is Deco Art Metallic Splendid Gold. And it's very pretty, but it's kind of a sheer color. And this is Emperor's Gold in the same brand. And it has a little bit more pigment to it or something. So hopefully by next week, my farm journals will be done and can be off in the mail to the market, along with some other new things that I've been working on. Probably have some crocheted envelopes, a few anyway, and some other things like that going to the market for July. Uh-oh, somebody got locked in, didn't want to stay in. I think they went out to ride the side by side for a little bit down the road, up and down the road. Hi, Scrap Man Dan. Sorry, let me say it again. I had my mouth full. Hi, Scrap Man Dan. Thanks for coming. I'm just working on a cigar box that I made a while back and needed to be finished and touched up and different things. Thanks for coming. So anyway, that's what I've been doing, working on some new products for the sale. And got my sewing room cleaned up. I'm so excited that I got that done. Looks pretty good. For a while anyway. If I can just keep the dogs out of there. So what I'm doing is going through and as I'm cleaning and sorting things, which I've been doing for a while, I find things that I think, oh yeah, I need to finish that. Put that on the marketplace. So I work on brand new things and I work on things that I started a while back and just haven't finished in between. And that way I don't get bored. I have fun. Let's see. So I've got these two I'm going to work on, and then I have one that I scroll sawed the top and scroll sawed some leaves or a leaf or something in there. I can't even remember. It's packed somewhere. So I want to do that one. And I'm thinking about. I think I might do some uh, nature journals, and I might make one that will fit in that box that has a scrolled lid, scroll sawed lid. I guess I should say it like that. I think that might be cool. Now that little white line is not supposed to be gold. Well, I think I'll kind of overpaint it a little bit, and then I could go back with the black and get a nice line. And we've got about 10 minutes left today. And then I'm going to get off and go visit with my family and maybe go get a snow cone. Pretty warm here today. Snow cone would be really good. Well, it's not like we don't go every other day, every other evening, just about we go get a snow cone. I get the same kind every time. This morning we stopped on the way to church and got smoothies for breakfast, and boy, they were really good. Banana, peanut butter, and chocolate smoothie. It was very good. Very good. Okay, let's see. Just kind of chilling today, being calm. Hey, puppy dog, come here. Come here, Cammy. Did you get left out? Aw. Hi, baby. Did they leave you inside by yourself? Poor girl. Can't go outside? It's your own fault. She runs so fast, nobody can catch her. And she hasn't learned to just hang around. She goes out the door and she is gone. I might as well just not even try to go find her because I can't, I can't walk like that. So it scares me to death when she gets loose. She's done it a couple of times. I think we're going to move we have two dog doors, fences, whatever you want to call them, gates, I guess what they are, going into both ends of the house where the bedrooms are and the carpet is. And I think we're going to move the one because right now, when the garage door gets opened, it comes into the kitchen area, but the dog gate is not to the kitchen. We need to move it from the bedroom door to the kitchen entry so they can't get to the back, the kitchen garage door, whatever you want to call that, because that's where everybody comes in our house. Nobody comes through the front door. And that's where she always gets loose. So we change the gate, and I think that will take care of that problem. But my husband has to do that when he has time. And he's a busy guy. Got too much junk on the table here. Okay, well, it's almost time to stop. So I'm going to stop this right where I'm at. I've lost my, here it is, lost my paint rag. Close this paint up, and then let's look at what we did. We didn't do a lot. Didn't do a lot today, but we did some. So I'm working on these boxes. Better leave that open. Working on these boxes, trying to get them done. And it's not going to take much. So I'm going to set this somewhere. And I'm also going to work on this one this week, maybe. Depends what time I get. So that it can be back to its former glory. See, these are supposed to be little angels' feet and hands. So there are those two to work on. And then got the tassels made. Got the tassels made for the journals, for the farm journals. They should be done this week and on their way to market. So here's the chicken tassel. Let's put it on. There's the chicken tassel. Here's the rooster. And I'll straighten her tassels out a little bit better. Here he goes. There we go. So we got that done. Have a little touch up to do on the chicken. I don't think the rooster needs anything. She needs an eye for sure. So we looked through those. So that was fun. They came out well. I like them. I'm happy with them. I think they're cute. So that's about all we did today. I'm happy you came by to visit. And I hope you come back again next week. And I hope you have a great rest of your Father's Day and just a good week. Be kind. And we'll see you next time. Okay. Bye-bye.